For families who already have life insurance through work, what are some of the most common gaps you see that could still put their loved ones at risk?
Ooh, that's a good question. So I'd say one of the common issues with work um, related insurance policies, life insurance policies, is that they've been working at this job for so long, right? So probably when they started their life insurance policy, um, maybe they had no kids, right? Maybe they started this job and this was their first job. They got a nice insurance policy that covered them. And they added maybe their parents, maybe their siblings, right? They weren't married yet, didn't have kids. And then you sort of forget what benefits you have, right? If you're not using them, you sort of just forget about them. 25 years down the line, now you have a family. Now you have children. You're married, but your beneficiaries are still the same as to when you started that job, right? So a common issue is um, I I created something, I created a trust, right? But I didn't change my beneficiaries. I left my beneficiaries the same. I didn't review my beneficiaries, and now um, the employee passes away and the insurance policy issues a check not to the spouse, not to the children, but to the employee's brother, sister, mom, dad. Huge gap, right? The other thing that is kind of common in terms of work-related life insurance policies is that sometimes it's not enough money, right? Again, you started off when you first started your job, they told you it's going to be double your pay. You were like, yeah, that's really great, right? As a 21-year-old, when you start your job and you get double your pay, that sounds amazing. But then you start getting a whole lot of other expenses. It ends up being not enough, right? Sometimes a life insurance policy provided by work typically covers your salary for 3, 6 months, maybe 2 to 6 months. Um, we want to ensure that your family is sufficiently protected where they're not going in debt because when you pass away.
Right. And, people don't realize they could get a very inexpensive term policy for protection. And then we've got other policies that cover your whole life for more so the accumulation of it, and for more so these strategic investors who like the idea of not having lazy money just in the bank and like the idea of borrowing from something that is an asset of theirs, and then sort of continuing on with keeping their funds growing, right, in a diversified way.